you ready, dog? My bad.
We'll have to adjust sound and stuff real quick. When we get it pulled up.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it, Bobby.
Suggested runtime 20-30 minutes. That'll be good. Just because we've had one game, not a whole lot of stuff. I need to pull up the box score. I told you that Urban Edge didn't feed through. It went black screen. It's your web browser. So Safari don't work. I went through Google and fine. So don't ask me. I hope we're not live. If we are, I guess I can say this because who cares? Why are you a streaming platform that doesn't notify people that it won't work on this browser, or B, doesn't work on every browser? You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not taking.
Three, two, one.
This is the Pioneer Digital Network, where Pioneer Pride goes live.
This is Carol Brotman.
This is Haley Wells with the CRC alumna and proud member of the
If
family.
you're looking for a Christ-centered
institution,
institution,
you're
to be your
tuned
home
into the
away from
Pioneer
home.
Digital Network.
Schedule your
Where
tour
Pioneer
today.
Pride
This is the
goes live.
Pioneer Digital Network, where Pioneer Pride goes
Maybe not
live.
physically, but maybe verbally, right?
Turn the echo down on that just a little bit.
This is Halia Wells with the admissions team of Crowley's Ridge College. If you're looking for a Christ-centered institution to be your home away from home,
Good.
schedule your tour today. This is the Pioneer Digital Network, where Pioneer Pride goes live.
What's it on right now?
No.
That's studio.
Studio.
Studio. Mic check. Mic. Guess what day it is? Hump day. Was that a moose or a camel in that commercial?
Brother, I don't remember, but it was one of the two. I think it was a camel.
Okay, I got a moose on my screen right here. So I was like, wow. That's
This is on loopback and denoise. Let me take those off. I think we were just in studio last time.
Yeah. Okay, this sounds
better.
Maybe try to get that
A little closer?
Yeah.
I just wasn't trying to bleed them out, you know.
You were about like me yesterday, just now.
Just
trying to come through.
a little soft. Yeah, I'm with you.
A little soft? What'd you call me? I'm not soft, sir.
They used to drive me crazy when my high school AD used to say that. I'm just soft out here.
They spell it S-A-W-F-T. Soft? I think that was arrested.
Weaker than tea water was the slogan that everybody got called a lot. You guys are weaker than tea water.
Well, it beats the alternative, I guess. I don't know. But apparently I did this yesterday. I went into the whole broadcast, and I introduced everybody but myself. So I think I'm going to start off with that today.
That's a good start. Yeah.
Everybody, welcome to the midweek show here live on the Pioneer Digital Network. I am your host, Zach Perrin. assistant professor in sports management here at Crowley's Ridge College. And I want to welcome everyone to our first live edition of the Crowley's Ridge College midweek show here on the Pioneer Digital Network, where Pioneer Pride goes live. We've got a lot happening on the Ridge this fall semester. We're starting classes last Thursday. I mean, we've been all guns blazing really before Thursday, that Monday.
Hot to trot, man. Yeah.
But I wouldn't want it any other way. But big day yesterday, and we'll get into this just a little bit more. But we're going to put that spotlight on the Pioneer volleyball team and what they had going on yesterday with their season opener. But before we do that, real quick, I want to turn it over to my host real quick, or my co-host, Will Teague. Will, how we doing, Bubba?
Well, you're doing good. Like I said, we'll get into that a little bit later about the highlight that we will kind of hit. But, yeah, it's been booming here at the Ridge. It's been guns blazing since the start, like you said. But it's good things. The Ridge gets lonely during the summer when there's nothing going on. And then it's just like pedal to the metal when everybody gets back on campus. So it's good to have everything going strong and good. Athletics got off to a great start. The whole student-athlete body as a whole has been really, really nice to have back. See some new faces, see some returners. But, dude, I'm just happy we're doing this, to take a short amount of time out of our week to talk about the highlights of what's happening. So, I'm just happy to be here and looking forward to it.
Just a happy guy. I don't remember what reel or feed or something I saw. I think it had something to do with like a little puppy, and he was like waddling. And anyways,
dude, I filled my brain with so much rot of that stuff. I can't tell you what it is, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh man, that's how we spend our downtime. But yeah, I mean, with what Will said, the spirit and the life is definitely back here on campus at CRC, and I am, I could not be more excited also about what we got going here. Pioneer Volleyball 2026 opener yesterday. We'll talk stats and we'll talk, just the outcome here in a minute.
Yeah.
But man, I got to look at a couple of these bullet points before we get into that. Preseason polls. Pick third in the AMC, which, that's a good place to be. Especially, that's preseason. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's our highest preseason poll we've had, correct?
Yes. In 2025-26 season, we were ranked 4th, which again at that time was a record for us to be picked that high. And then last year we ended up finishing 3rd. During the pregame show yesterday, if you were around to hear, we mentioned that we were one game away from making it to the national tournament. We got put out by Stevens last year in the conference tournament, and so that technically gave us the 3rd place ranking. And so, not that they put us where we finished, but I should say this. We were the only other school besides Columbia who is the outright they have viewed to be the conference championship for 2027. We're the only other team to get a first-place vote. So I think that speaks to Coach Brotman and the talent that we have with the girls, and their athleticism. So anyway, 3rd place is our highest, but I'm still the guy that thinks we're just underrated, man. 3rd place is good, but it's not the first place that I think we are.
And we'll hear from Coach Brotman here in a bit, just kind of giving her thoughts on that. But I think you and I are pretty much cut from the same cloth when it comes to how we view that. We know what we have going here, and we know the caliber of the athletes that we have. Yeah, it's good to be. It's good to have that recognition, but at the same time, I'm just like, I put this in a post whenever I saw the poll, target in sight.
Yeah.
There's 2 teams in front of us that, I'm not saying they don't deserve to be there, but it's going to be interesting. These top 3 spots.
Yeah, I agree.
As the season goes on. So definitely the big with all the good things we have going here on campus right now, definitely the big story at the moment is Pioneer volleyball, them being off and running. So looking at yesterday. Pioneers had Russ College from Russ, Mississippi, come to the
Holly Springs, Mississippi.
What's that?
Holly Springs,
Holly
Mississippi.
Springs, Mississippi.
Yeah.
I got that wrong on the broadcast yesterday. Whoopsie.
You're good. You're good.
But coming to the Carter Activity Center yesterday at noon, and the Pioneers made a statement, literally from the opening serve. CRC swept the Bearcats 3-0 out of a best-of-5 series. Set 1, 25-11. Set 2, 25-10. And then set 3, also 25-11.
Yeah.
Pretty dominant opening performance, wouldn't you say?
I'd say so. We got a little bit of a revenge against them. And what I mean by that, we played them. I have to pull up my stats correctly. I don't have these all just off the top of my head, but I think it was 2021 is when we really started playing them. And since 2021, we've had 4 series besides last night's. And we were 3-1 against them. And I say we got the last laugh because I think our last meeting was either the 2023 or maybe the 2024 series or season. They ended up beating us at their place 3-1. So we hadn't played them for a couple of years, but we invited them down to Crowley's Ridge and the Carter Activity Center. And, we pretty much took care of business from start to finish yesterday.
Man, just off the top of in the broadcast, we had made mention of, all the key players and then players to look out for that were going to come in, rotation-wise. But the big names that kept popping up throughout the day yesterday, Brooklyn Cross, Amaya Saxton, and then arguably player of the game coming in with a double-double, I believe, when it was all said and done, Jillian Glasgow. Jillian ended the day with 10 kills, 15 assists. Brooklyn Cross and senior Amaya Jackson also each had 9 kills apiece.
Yeah.
So big day offensively.
Big day offensively, and the thing is, when games are that short, when they only go 3 sets, it's really kind of hard for one player to just compile a ton of stats. But if you look through there, we almost have 3 players in double digits with kills. So it shows how offensively powerful and dominant we were, for sure.
Well, offensively powerful, but let's look at let's touch on our libero real quick.
Okay.
Jesslyn Carpino.
Oh, yeah.
You talk about I want to say she was all over the floor, but in volleyball, typically it's a bad thing, right? you don't want ball hogs like that. But she played the role to libero perfectly yesterday. Defensively, 13 digs.
Yep, led the team.
And just, she kept the flow on the floor while she was on there. Everybody's spacing was good. Communication was great. And with that being said, we have junior Maddie Burris coming in.
Oh, yeah.
She contributed 13 assists and 4 service aces.
Oh, yeah.
So we were firing pretty much on all cylinders yesterday.
It was nice to see everybody kind of find their groove early in the season like that and kind of everybody piece together and do things. But speaking about Carpino, she has the job that I do not want. I have a high respect for volleyballers, especially the ones that have to break the wave, so to speak. When they are the first, to break the serve coming over, and even those hard attacks coming from the Bearcats. The Bearcats put together some pretty nice, sets early. I know people hate the term bump set spike, but they put together some really nice attacks, and we were able to be in position. She was able to be in position to get under it, and that's the hard thing to do when they're coming in at a good launch angle, like the Bearcats were able to do. And so, but everybody contributed well, especially, again, Maddie Burris. Her and Jillian Glasgow kind of split the assists every game. It's kind of a flip-flop who's going to lead because they both do so well. They both know all their players. They both know where they like it. And you can see by the scores, both of them served them on a silver platter, man. They just put them up there for them to hammer. But, it was a great effort by everybody yesterday.
And then also another senior effort. Mallory Hollis had a pretty well-rounded day as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
So all the starters that opened the lineup definitely played their parts, and then some. I gotta talk real quick about a couple things that I saw in regards from Brooklyn and Amaya. There was when from the very first serve, from the first point, energy was high. Everything was where you wanted it to be. You know, we talked nonstop just about the cohesiveness of this team. But there's one thing I don't feel like we really touched on, and that was the competitive aspect of it all. It was just like Amaya, kill. Brooklyn, kill. Okay, I can do one better. Amaya.
Yeah.
And I talked to Amaya after the game, and I said, how do you feel like yesterday? She said, I think it went about as good as it could. We definitely got some things to work on, but she said, I said, you finished the day with 9 kills. What do you think about that? And she goes, I'm not really a stat person, man. I just wanted to get the win, and I'm thinking we're dealing with the right kind of people.
I agree. Yeah, that's phenomenal. What that talks about, what I said yesterday during the pregame show, there's really not one person just wants to spotlight themselves. They want to share it around. They want the whole team to shine, and so that's a good point. Not being a stat person on a team, being selfless like that just helps everybody become better. Yeah, good point.
But I am going to brag a little bit more on Brooklyn.
Sure.
There were a couple times, and I said this on the postgame show, there were a couple times where she would come down for a kill, and the setups were just so perfect for her. It's like her and that front line have worked together so much, and Jillian. They just know each other like the back of their hands. There was a couple times there where Brooklyn, trajectory-wise, was perfect, but explosiveness from the floor up.
Yeah.
I mean, she was probably about 2 feet over the highest defender a couple times, where the hands were here and she was up over here, coming. They're not blocking that. There's no, and I'm just, wow, what? Like, you can't teach that.
Yeah.
And it's like, we got somebody in the chat here. Pioneer volleyball is going to make waves this season. Well, yeah, I agree with that 100%.
For sure. They made a big one last year, and I think that was just the start of the riptide that's happening.
And if our offensive weapons can stay as hot as they performed yesterday, they're dangerous. They really are. And I think, I mean, I could be wrong, but Coach Brotman has a lot to do with that focus going into.
Yeah, I agree.
And on top of that, one of the additions to the coaching staff, Soraya Reddick. This was her first coaching win here at CRC under head coach Carol Brotman. We kind of highlighted her a little bit in our first show. She joined the Pioneer staff during the summer, and she's kind of a hometown. It was her first home game here, and her dad was here on the PA.
Hey, shout out Dad, because he did a phenomenal job. I told Coach Soraya after the game, I said, hey, I appreciate him doing that. We used to do that, and again, we had some people move on and some gaps not be filled, and so again, with this, even what we're doing right now, we're trying to recreate the atmosphere that once was here and that we know that this place can become. So yeah, shout out Dad for coming out here and helping us do that. That was a really good addition yesterday.
Well, we're going to take a quick, not really commercial break, but we're going to take a quick break and hear from some of the associates that we have here at CRC, kind of hear a message from them real quick. And then when we come back, we're going to hear an interview from Coach Brotman about what she thought about yesterday and things moving forward. So this is the Pioneer Digital Network, where Pioneer Pride goes live.
This is Halia Wells with the admissions team of Crowley's. This is Halia Wells with the admissions team of Crowley's Ridge College. If you're looking for a Christ-centered institution to be your home away from home, schedule your tour today. This is the Pioneer Digital Network, where Pioneer Pride goes live.
This is Marta Summit from the Department of Business and Technology at Crowley's Ridge College. Here at CRC, we're more than educators, we're student advocates. We treat every student the way we'd want our own family to be treated, and we strive to be their family away from home. Thank you for tuning in to the Pioneer Digital Network, where Pioneer Pride goes live.
All right. So one thing that one thing I really wanted to make a point of taking away from yesterday that probably could have been mentioned a second ago was I don't know the details really of Russ's program coming into this season in regards to just like personnel they might have, but I have to brag a little bit on them as well. Before the game, I kind of acted in somewhat of an athletic trainer's capacity. It is so refreshing to be able to work with just kind people, respectful people, and all the way around. Russ College came in and, it was a great experience dealing with them yesterday, getting to talk to their head coach and some of the players, working with them before the game and even after the game. I know there were a couple, I won't say casualties, but there were a couple of injuries. Had a couple rolled ankles on their parts, and but so respectful,
Absolutely,
so respectful, and I have to give credit where credit is due. Even in those moments for them where CRC might have, we went in and we did what was expected of us, but they did not quit yesterday. I mean, the heart that these players, they had a libero yesterday. She was flying all, and she never came off the floor hardly.
Yeah.
Just a tough team. And, share any kind of encouragement to them, it would be keep doing what you're doing, keep playing hard, and eventually you're going to break that wall down. The barrier's going to break, and, things are going to go in a direction in which you want it to. And it might be right around the corner for them. You never know.
Yeah.
But, just kudos to them for coming here and just, competing. Not just in the game with the varsity, not with their first JV, but even in the second round, their varsity, when they came in and played with Williams in that first round, that third set, they competed, man. I thought they were going to pull it out.
Yeah.
And they took them down to the wire. Ended up being like 25-19 or something like that in that third set.
Williams got out at the very end and kind of ran away with it. But it was a tough.
But they took their first lead of the day going into about the second half of that third set.
I would say almost the majority of that set they were probably 1 or 2 points ahead.
Yeah. And and that's just a testament to them and their coaching staff, and you love seeing that. Like all throughout the day, they never quit playing hard. And so again, I want to congratulate them on that effort, and just you guys keep doing what you're doing, because big things are going to happen in your future as well. Just because you can see the mentality and effort you're putting into it. So that being said, we're going to hear from Coach Brotman now about how yesterday went for her Pioneers and what they have going forward this weekend. So Well, it would help if our press play. Wouldn't it?
All right, we are here with Coach Brotman after a
I'm over here like,
a very impressive season opening win over the Bearcats of Rusk College. Coach, how are we feeling about today?
First of all, thanks, Zach. I appreciate that. Feeling good. I felt good about how we came out today. Just glad to have the first one under our belt.
Either.
You know?
This is what happened yesterday.
Looking forward to our weekend and just
on the
next
pregame show. I could have swore I had it
competition.
fired up, ready to go.
A lot of good things happened today.
I promise.
Your key offensive players did what they were expected to do. Defensively, you look good. What's one area of
we have been working on this
improvement
for a while,
you think we need to hit?
I felt like our kids executed the things we've been working on in preseason, so I was really pleased with that. We missed a few serves that I'd like to get that under control a little better. Still serving offensively, but just want to be a little more controlled. But I felt like our serve, receive, and passing was better tonight than what we've been in the past, and that's what we're working on building on.
Now that we got these kinks,
probably the most.
I'll be quiet.
I'm gonna restart this interview with Coach Brotman. Hey, we offer a little bit of comedy. I mean, it is not everything's gonna be perfect, so. But you got to learn how to adjust on the fly. Boy, if I wasn't wearing these headphones right now, though, I'd be in trouble. Okay, need about a good 10 seconds of silence. I'm gonna press play.
All right, we are here with Coach Brotman after a very impressive season opening win over the Bearcats of Rusk College. Coach, how are we feeling about today?
First of all, thanks, Zach. I appreciate that. Feeling good. I felt good about how we came out today. Just glad to have the first one under our belt. You know, looking forward to our weekend and just next competition. So,
a lot of good things happened today. Your key offensive players did what they were expected to do. Defensively, you look good. What's one area of improvement you think we need to hit?
Well, I felt like our kids executed the things we've been working on in preseason, so I was really pleased with that. We missed a few serves that I'd like to get that under control a little better. Still serving offensively, but just want to be a little more controlled. But I felt like our serve, receive, and passing was better tonight than what we've been in the past, and that's what we're working on building on.
Probably the most noticeable thing about today was the overall enthusiasm and spirit of the team. To put it like this, you guys were on fire almost every bit of every set throughout the day. I mean, there was not a dull moment on your bench or on the floor. How do you feel about the overall enthusiasm and spirit of the team right now?
Just an amazing group of kids. They have fun, and that's what it's about. I want them to compete, be fierce, but we also are here to have fun and enjoy each other, and they do that. And that's a lot of what the game's about. It's just out here, just working with each other and pushing your teammates, and whether you're on the floor or off the floor, it's being a part of a team. So I love that our culture. I think that these kids have bought in, and it's a good experience for them.
Last little bit. Preseason polls. AMC had us ranked third.
Yes.
How are we feeling about this?
Actually, I think that would be where I'd put us. Preseason polls mean nothing. Sitting here watching, Williams come out this year, they're solid, and they're going to be a tough group to play. And I imagine that with every other conference team. So, I feel like that's kind of where we should have been from last season with who we have coming back with all of our returners. But, we've got aspirations to do better, and we'll just keep fighting and working.
Coach, you got a lot of respect from outside and those around the school towards your program and what you're doing right now. Coach, if we could offer any bit of encouragement, keep doing what you're doing. You got a lot of great things in your future. Y'all are taking off. Y'all are playing on the road upcoming. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Kansas City. Right?
Kansas City. We will play Thursday and Friday this week. We've got 4 matches. Baker University, Benedictine, St. Mary's out of the Kansas City area, and oh goodness, what other? I'm slipping my mind, but we'll play 4 matches, and it'll be a good matchup for us. Everybody up there will be tough, and we'll kind of see where we're at.
Well, if the team brings this weekend what they had today, it should be a good weekend for y'all.
It'll be fun.
Well, Coach, y'all be safe.
Thank you.
And
we appreciate you.
Look forward to seeing what you have for us in the future.
Awesome.
This has been Carol Brotman, CRC Volleyball, signing off.
So the Pioneers going into, oh boy, this coming Thursday, so the 20th. They don't have much time to celebrate because they hit the road. They actually left this afternoon at about noon or so.
Right at noon, yeah.
And again, they are to face Baker University at Benedictine College. It's a quad pod, right? So
yeah, like Coach Brotman said, there'll be 4 games that they'll play up there: 2 on Friday, 2 on Thursday, 2 on Friday. Yeah.
So first test is complete. Now comes the challenge of proving that Tuesday's win was definitely just not a one-time deal. Yeah. But again, I'm thoroughly confident that this team's going to rise to the occasion. You got to win on the road, and it's crucial that you establish this early. So test number 1, check. Win on the road, in progress. So when we come back, we're going to hear from some more associates that we have here at CRC. And then when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the other things we have going on with some of the other sports. Maybe get a report real quick on some of our fall sports that are about to take off here in the next month or so. But real quick, this is Pioneer Digital Network, where Pioneer Pride goes live.
Are you ready to continue your career in golf and compete for a premier program rooted in persistence and discipline? I'm Coach Hill, head men's golf coach at CRC. Contact me at chill@crc.edu to schedule an evaluation and tour. This is the Pioneer Digital Network, where Pioneer Pride goes live.
This is Coach McFadden, Vice President of Student Affairs at Crowley's Ridge College. At CRC, our students are at the heart of everything that we do, and we're proud to support them, encourage them, and help them make the most of their college experience. Thank you for tuning in to the Pioneer Digital Network, where Pioneer Pride goes live.
Well, moving forward with things, we're in an interesting time right now, fall sport wise. I'm not 100% on what this schedule is looking like for them, but we some news for our cross country program. Real quick, upcoming schedule. Any news? We have anything for that program?
First meet is on the 29th of August. So we had a bit of a staff change, if you will, for our cross-country program. And I should mention, if you're wondering why there is only 2 of us present today, it's because a third member of our trio, Coach Ryan Hargrove, who is the head women's softball, is actually helping out volleyball right now with their travels to Kansas City. But about Ryan Hargrove, he is now the interim cross-country coach. And so that's been an addition to him. So as much as we would love to have him on the show, he is a guy that can hardly say no, and that's why we love him here. Is he's willing to sacrifice a lot for this place, because you tell that he cares about it, he loves it. It is willingness to help others. But Yes, all those decisions were made at the end of last week, and then he confirmed with me today that they do have a meet on the 29th. Where it is at, I can look it up and tell you. I want to say it is either in Memphis or not. Let me.
It's one of those places.
it's. I know they always have a few that they always run in. Let me just see if I can just find the sport on my phone. Maybe that'll be easier. But as far as golf goes, I know that they have one in September the 14th, and if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be in Kennett, Missouri.
Ooh, what a good course to start out on.
Yes.
Man, you know that is of all the I grew up playing golf in Northeast Arkansas, and Thunder Bayou and Blytheville is by far my favorite course. It's my home course. It's where I learned how to play the game. But my second favorite in the area, Kennett. It is a gripper and ripper kind of course, and if there's no OB. So
wow,
yeah, absolutely. There's only OB.
Play it where it lies.
There's only seriously, like you can go over the trees, hit a slice on the other fairway, you're fine. You can hit a Phil Mickelson, escape shot, no problem. The only OB that I can think of is just on the holes that are right on the outskirts of the perimeter. Well, not highway, Beanfield actually.
Okay, sure.
One of them, I believe, kind of ventures over to like. I'm over here thinking McDonald's, but McDonald's is on the north end of the course, right when you pull in.
I got a story I'll share after this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Dear. But
it's not bad.
Yeah, there's not a lot of OB in that course, so a good practice course, good way to get some competition in. With not having to worry too much about getting penalized for a lot of things. They get enough of that at Pioneer or at Perigold Country Club. I'm sure.
A lot of OB zones, yeah.
But yeah, so story.
No, it's just real quick. Sports information. I travel to these things and take pictures if I can, and that one's so local that I usually go to it. I just brought back fond memories of me and Adam Meeker, the former golf coach, riding cart by cart, taking some pictures. Maybe not pulling into McDonald's since it's right by the T hole on 9, I think it is. Yeah. Maybe getting a snack or two, maybe a Diet Coke. Coming back and watching them out, but good stuff. But I did look up their schedule. It's actually in Searcy. They're going to go to Freed Hardman on the 29th. Is where they're going to open up. Or I said Searcy in Henderson. They're going to go to Henderson for Freed Speed on the 29th, and then they're going to come back and they have one on the September 4th, 11th, and 25th so far. They will end at Williams. So anyway, but yes, golf I believe is going to open up in I can't remember. And Kennett is where they're going to open up their season. Yeah, all that's coming up, but yeah, man, we are hot to trot and rolling with sports right now.
I haven't had a good sit down with Coach Adcock here lately. Our head baseball coach here. However, with that being said, even though we haven't had any talks in regards to big time developments for the program, I think the biggest development right now is 60 guys on the roster going into the fall. I don't think I've ever heard of that before.
Here, no. It's definitely a milestone that has been hit, but and I will say this: it's not just 60 guys; it's talented too. So it's crazy to think that they are out there, and but he has done phenomenal. I had lunch with him a minute ago, and he was out there mowing. He looked a little beat, but no, he's always cheery. Always got a good attitude about him, and it's a good problem to have, man. To have a lot of good guys, everybody fighting for that spot. And that was the one comment that he made to me is, it's up in the air, and that's a good thing to have. Just because you played last year, just because you had a spot this and that way, his goal as a coach is to make the team continually better. Mm-hmm. And so how do you do that is you bring in better and better guys to make your guys strive and drive to be the top guy.
It might sound a little crude, but you try to out-recruit the class you had before.
And it just betters the people that are here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm anxious to see how guys like Aiden Smith and JP respond to this.
Sure.
Which, I have a couple of these guys just in classes throughout the day, man, and it's amazing to see this culture right now.
Yeah.
And it's again amazing to be a part of. So yeah, baseball, it's thriving, and like Will said, it's not just 60 bodies on the field. It is 60 talented individuals that are going to make a splash this year once February rolls around. So
Yeah.
looking forward to that. Softball numbers are up for softball too.
Hey, kind of the same story. Maybe
Yeah.
not 60, but Coach Hargrove did a good job recruiting this offseason. Has
Mhm.
brought out a lot of good talent.
Yeah.
Some young, some transfers, but I tell you what, all of them are fun to be around.
Yeah.
I was hanging around him talking, and man, I was just laughing and cracking up listening to him hang out with them. But yeah, good stuff.
Oh man! Now I actually had the opportunity to check out a women's basketball
Mhm.
workout yesterday. Just the skills and agility workout that they had there, and we definitely got the right guy for the job in Coach Chakowski. And then having him have Coach Hill with him as well.
Mhm.
Coach Hill's got some ball handling skills now and demonstrating what was expected during this workout. And, the team has responded well to the change in staff and the change in systems. It's a very old school approach. But early on right now, you're big on the basics, and that's really what took place yesterday. I noticed we're going to be cardiovascularly in shape.
Yep.
And we're going to be able to handle the ball.
Yeah.
And I see this, and I see he's pushing them, but it's not anything that they're not able to do. So they are developing the right base right now, and I'm excited to see where this program goes. Having coached that program and be a part of it
Sure.
a few years ago, man, it's almost been 10 years now. Good grief. But yeah, I mean, it has a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
And I want to see it excel, and I know Coach Chakowski is going to have them in the right place in order to do all that.
I do just need to add, just for some clarification here. I know that there's rules when they can and cannot practice. This is not breaking any of those rules. They're not having a organized practice because that hasn't opened up until September. I think September the 14th maybe is their first official day of practice they can have.
Yeah.
This is just a lot of the returners that are leaders that are just helping make sure that their team is going to be in shape, and they're just kind of in there on their own, making sure everything's going good and going smooth. So when that day does come, it's coming in. And I know Chakowski, he's fun to talk to, just to listen to his drive and what he has. He came up to me just a minute ago and kind of nuzzed me on the shoulder up before chapel. And he went, Rasmussen? And I said, yeah. He said, she can shoot a little bit. I said, yeah. She can shoot. She's a big, too. And that's kind of rare because usually when the big says, I can shoot, coach, usually you don't want to give him the ball.
Shaq trying to shoot free throws, huh?
But she can. She's hot from the corner. I've seen her do it. So anyway, yeah, it's going to be fun to watch them in men's too. The men, just watching the guys going around a hoop in the afternoon and stuff like that, just to kind of, before practice starts, just to try to stay in shape. It's fun to watch them to see the talent that they have across the board as well.
So in regards to what we have going on schedule-wise, near future and near future, we won't be doing any broadcasting for volleyball in this quad pod they're going to be playing here in the next couple of days. But again, that starts Thursday, August 20th. Are you going to that? Hargrove's the only one going.
For the quad pod?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I won't be.
Okay. And then I'm just trying to look at any other scheduling we might have in regards to anything immediately coming up outside of volleyball, and then maybe what cross country has going. But that's already been touched on. That's about it.
Yeah. I will say real quick, just for the viewers out there, if you tried to watch Urban Edge last night for our live stream, this is an important announcement that we need to make. Apparently, if it was shared with me, I'll eat my words here, but I just don't remember it being shared with me. But Safari, if that's what you tried to look through, like on your iPhone or something, the browser doesn't always like it, and so it doesn't talk to it. So Google is what I use. So if you go through a Google search engine and look up Urban Edge to watch the stream, or to rewatch the stream, if you want to go back and watch it, it should be up and running fine there. And I don't know why it does that, but I was just informed by Urban Edge Network today that try a different browser if you can't get the game to pull up. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with our fans out there.
Some other news going around Crowley's Ridge College campus right now. and we haven't gotten a final number on this by any means. But what we do have is something from back in the spring. CRC announced this past spring that as of spring 2026, enrollment of a total of 311 students, surpassing the previous record that I believe that was set in the previous fall.
Yeah, the last couple 3 years we've kind of just outdid.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now that 311 is not 311 anymore. I believe with the amount of students we have on campus, and there is no official number just yet, but it's the student body count is thriving right now. I've never seen so many. I'm seeing students walking across campus,
Oh, yeah.
and I mean, there's just bodies everywhere.
Yeah.
And parking is non-existent, which again is a beautiful problem to have. So when I say things like there is no better time to be a part of Crowley Ridge College, there is no better time to be a part of the growth of this institution. Got a lot of momentum and a lot of really good things going right now. Now, Will, you're pretty much a lifer here at CRC so far.
Yeah, so far.
What do you think this growth meant? Oh, well, buddy, please don't go anywhere.
No,
I'm
happy. I'm happy.
You are a crucial part of the operation. What does this growth mean for CRC right now?
It's kind of, we had an all-athletes meeting. We addressed just some policies that we want to enforce. I'm sure every school does something like this. Went over some do's and don'ts and some positive things that we have going on for. But I got a chance to just share just a few moments with them. And the first thing I said to them is, I've been here since 2014. Okay, you can do the math there and find out how old I am if you want to. But 2004, yeah, put the fingers down. Yeah, when I came out here in 2014, been here ever since, and I just bragged on the fact of how much we have grown, not just in athleticism and on our quality of sports and quality of school and education, but just the school in general. It just seems like everything is on the positive trend, which is big because this place is near and dear to me. It always will be, always has been from the moment I stepped foot on campus. There's something about this place that I just love so much. And so to see the continual growth from everything, it means a lot because it gives me hope for the future. It makes me realize that there is plans to get even bigger than what we are. Now, I gotta say this, and this is kind of a cliff note. This is personal. Take it as you want. I don't want this place to get so big that it becomes something it shouldn't. The size of this school is what drew me to it, and I think what draws a lot of these students and players to come here. And so I want to see the school grow. And I don't have a number in mind, so don't tell me how big I want it to go, because I want it to continue to grow. But I want it to maintain, I guess, what drew me here. I get it's that small feel. Not that you can't do it at a bigger school or a bigger size, but it's just what makes Crowley's Ridge, if you ask me.
And I think it's important to mention, since we're on that topic, President Johnson's kind of leading. I mean, he leads the charge in pretty much everything that we do, but he's really putting forth a lot of, he wants to make sure everybody's on the same page about what the mission of the college is during this strategic planning area for the next, 5 years?
5 years, I believe, yep.
So, mission, oh boy.
His bullet points, he said.
I'm just like, wait a minute, I just drew a blank.
I'll find it somewhere, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, I got it on the door right here.
Be right back.
I looked at it right before I walked in. President Johnson is making sure that we are not committing mission drift right now.
Yeah, for sure. That's what it is. Yeah.
You know, and we're committed to this. You know, we are for anybody listening, or for anybody that comes across this and you're just curious about Crowley's Ridge College, who we are as an institution, it's important that our identity is wrapped up in the fact that we are a Christian college that affiliates with the Churches of Christ. And we are trying to be as biblically sound of an institution as we possibly can be, being a private Christian college, and what it is we represent. And we don't want to get away from that. There's only 12 left in the United States.
Yeah.
12. And we're one.
Mm-hmm.
And in this area right here, it's kind of the hub, because you got us down the road in Searcy, you got Harding, over across the state, in Tennessee, you got Freed, and then down a little bit, you got Faulkner.
Mm-hmm.
And it's relative relatively, we're about all, anywhere from an hour and a half to 7 hours apart, from us to Faulkner and all that. It's pretty crucial that, number one, we stay committed to who we are as an institution. And then number two, yes, we keep that identity because I'm greedy when it comes to wanting to see, more bodies on the campus. But at the same time, I come from, where I graduated from. It was a bigger institution, and I'm used to that, But at the same time, I know what it is that Crowley's Ridge College has going for it, and it's that small, community-driven institution. But at the same time, our national presence is picking up.
Yeah,
I mean, we have students here now from California, Washington, New York, Texas. We had, Montana at one point. Who else we got up north right now?
Alaska,
Utah.
Yeah,
the
Utah.
Bake Sisters in Utah.
Yeah.
So, and those were a couple of names that were flying around. Kirsten Bake yesterday.
Yeah.
We forgot to mention a little bit.
Bake Sisters. Really, if we wanted to do justice, we just need to go through the entire lineup,
Yeah.
roster, and just spend time with them. So if we didn't mention your name, we apologize. We know you did phenomenal yesterday too. I promise.
Kirsten ended up walking away with kill wise.
I want to say 7 or 8.
Seven. I think
yeah,
7
yeah.
sticking out. Yeah. So she's up there in that category. Had a good day defensively too. But anyways, in regards to who we are as an institution, yes, that is who we are. That's what we represent. That's what we stand for, and we make sure that we're not going to drift away from that commitment to who we are. So, we don't really have a segment dedicated to this, but I don't want individuals to think that we're out looking for that player of the game. We're trying to give everybody credit where credit is due, and that's what all this is we want to be a platform for our students. But at the same time, like, I can't get over the fact that in her season opener, senior year, Jillian Glasgow came and she had the day that she had 10 kills, 15 assists, double in the season opener. Her veteran presence on the team entering this season, came with a lot of high expectations, and she definitely delivered yesterday. So Jillian, and to all the volleyball Pioneer team, guys, well done. We are proud of y'all. Get on the road, take care of business this week.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, and bring it home. Okay, good test for y'all. So, great job. Keep it going. As we close, Will, we got anything we need to hit?
No, I guess besides we won't be doing. We won't be back until the Carter Activity Center until this coming next weekend, right? We're going to host a pretty extensive NEA, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's the NEA Classic.
Yes.
And that's going to be involved with us and Williams Baptist. If I'm not mistaken, I'll have to get some finalized stuff put out this week, but I think how it's going to work is we're going to have games going on in both locations, so at our gym and Williams' gym. And then on Saturday, we're going to just swap the players. And I think it's going to be 3 games, like a tri-match and a tri-match and then a tri-match and a tri-match.
Swap visitor opponents?
Yeah. So it'll be teams at Williams playing Williams, and then teams at ours playing us. And then Saturday, we'll just flip-flop who wasn't here. So it'll be a big weekend.
That is August 28th and August 29th.
Yeah.
And all the festivities start on the 28th at 9 a.m. So pregame show for that will take place at 8 a.m. Kind of an early broadcast there, but
it'll be early.
I mean, I do my best work at 4 in the morning, so who knows? Give people something to look forward to throughout the Friday. But yeah, again, that's August 28th and 29th. So, and we'll touch up on this just a little bit more in next week's midweek show.
Yeah,
we'll have a little bit of time to discuss things there. But Will, thanks for coming. Appreciate you.
Yeah. I got one more thing.
Oh, go ahead.
This is just for the student body here at Crowley's Ridge College. We talked about parking, right?
Oh boy.
Let me look at the camera when I say this.
Go ahead.
Walk to class.
Walk to class.
That's that easy, man. You can be anywhere on campus in 5 minutes.
You trying to get in shape too, man. Take advantage of these hills, boy. I'm telling
I
you.
get when it's hot outside. Now, I get this and that. And if you're a commuter, I understand completely. But I know some coaches, I'm not going to name drop, but Spencer Adcock, I think, is making all his guys walk to class. Anyway, that's just kind of a joke here.
You just shattered so many hearts just now. Like, oh, Will.
No, man. He'll laugh if he watches this or when he hears it. But
he'll pop up in the comments like, yeah, walk. But
yeah, I don't have anything besides I'm just excited, and we are full swing, and it only feels like it just the momentum builds. You know, like when you're running downhill and you slowly start chugging, and then you hit that top speed. We're about to hit it this next weekend because when we have those quad pods come in, it's going to be rolling, and then it just doesn't stop because we're going to have cross country going on, and then before too long it'll be golf going with them as well. And so it's just another school year, man. I'm excited for it and can't wait.
Next week, when we come in too, and here's something to kind of put on your agendas and keep your antennas up. Next week, I'm going to try to have some information from some of our academic programs as well, and some of the things we have going on from an academic standpoint, because I know in my department, September 23rd is the Department of Business and Technology Business Symposium, where we'll have guest speakers come in. I know sports management will be represented by Robert Cagle of NSR, the National Scouting Report, one of the top recruiting specialist companies out there. I might be a little biased towards that, but but that was not a paid promo. And Robert is going to be speaking to all of our business students, and it's catering to our sports management students as well. I know that company and some of the students we have, there's some interest there. So he's going to be here speaking. We're going to have a representative from, I believe, Chick-fil-A. As well, here locally, the owners of Chick-fil-A.
The Holy Bird, yeah.
Yeah, which sounds really good right about now. And then the third speaker, off the top of my head, I cannot remember who it is. But anyways, we'll have some information regarding that next week as well. This has been Will Teague, Zach Perrin with the Pioneer Digital Network here on the beautiful campus of Crowley's Ridge College. We are signing off on the PDN, where Pioneer Pride goes live.